gotten together in the new year. It seems like it was a long time ago, but Happy New Year to everyone. So we have one item on our public meeting agenda today. Firstly, I'll ask if there's any disclosure of pecuniary interest under the Municipal Conflict of Interest Act with this item. Okay, seeing none. The purpose of this public meeting is to present and receive public input regarding a proposed zoning bylaw amendment on subject lands known as 7137 7th line in the former township of West Garafraxa. The purpose of the proposed zoning bylaw amendment is to change the zoning of the subject land from A, agricultural and EP, environmental protection, to A, agricultural exception and EP, environmental protection. The effect of the amendment is to implement zoning regulations necessary to facilitate a farm dwelling's surplus severance by restricting residential uses on the retained parcel. The zoning amendment is a condition of approval of the County of Wellington Land Division Committee application B30-21. If a person or public body does not make oral submissions at the public meeting or make written submissions to the Township of Center Wellington before the bylaw is passed, the person or public body is not entitled to appeal the decision of the Township of Center Wellington to the Ontario Land Tribunal. If a person or public body does not make oral submission at the public meeting or make written submission to the Township of Center Wellington before the bylaw is passed, the person or public body may not be added as a party to the hearing of an appeal before OLT unless, in the opinion of the tribunal, there are reasonable grounds to do so. If you wish to be notified of the adoption of the proposed zoning bylaw amendment, you must make a written request to the clerk, Township of Center Wellington, 1 McDonald Square, Elora, Ontario, N0B1S0. I'll ask the clerk how notice was provided.
Through you, Mayor Linton, notice was mailed to prescribed persons, agencies, and public bodies on or before January the 6th, and a copy of the notice was placed in the Wellington Advertiser on January the 6th. I can therefore confirm that the requirement for giving notice was completed on January the 6th, 2022.
Thanks, Carrie. Introduction from the planner. I'll call on Mariana Iglesias, our senior planner, to introduce this application. Welcome, Mariana.
Thank you. Through you, Mayor Linton. The subject property is located at 7137 7th line in the former township of West Garafraxa, just south of Side Road 25. It's approximately 21 hectares in size, 52 acres, and designated prime agricultural and core greenlands in the county official plan. It's also zoned agricultural and EP, environmental protection, in the zoning bylaw. I believe we have a sketch, if it can be put up on the screen. Related severance application B30-21 was approved by the County Land Division Committee in July of 2021 to sever the 1.4 hectare parcel with the farmhouse and associated buildings from the 19.6 hectare farm parcel for farm consolidation purposes. As required by provincial policy, the rezoning is required on the farm parcel as a condition of the severance in order to add a zoning exception to restrict new residential uses. To date, the county and the GRCA have provided comments with no objections. No other comments have been received. Staff will consider all input received and will bring forward a recommendation and a corresponding bylaw to a future council meeting for consideration. I know the applicant is available and prepared to make a presentation, so I will leave it there and I will be available to answer any questions. Thank you.
Thanks. Thanks, Mariana. And I know that Jeff Boozman, the agent for the applicant, is here as well. I'll turn it over to him first. Jeff.
Can you hear me?
We can.
Okay, good. Yes, I think it's a pretty straightforward application. It's been explained well already that it's a surplus farm resident severance. The severance has been approved, subject to conditions. The idea is that the farmhouse and surrounding area of 1.4 hectares is going to be severed off. The retained parcel of 19.6 hectares will be sold to a farmer in the area. And this application, the zone changes to not allow a dwelling on the farm land. I think it's pretty straightforward, and I'd be happy to answer any questions or comments that anyone might have.
Great, thanks very much. I know the applicant is here. Do you want to say anything about this project? You're still muted, just unmute. No, sorry, you're still muted. Click the top there, scroll over to the
Okay,
top
there
of
we
your, there you go, there you go.
Yeah, no, as Jeff said, it's pretty straightforward. It's, I live elsewhere and it's a surplus farm dwelling. And I don't want to be a landlord, so I like to done that before, and it's not, it's time consuming, and I'm busy enough. So I just like to sever the house off and sell it and retain the farmland, because that's really what I'm interested in.
Okay, great, thanks for that. Turn it over to questions from council. Any questions from council on this application? Councillor Foster?
Thank you, Mayor, and to the applicant, I just see is it M Woods? Is it?
Yep.
Right, sorry, I can't see your first name, that's why I call you M
Oh.
Woods. I wondered, so do you own the land currently?
I
The
do,
entire
yes.
parcel?
The entire 52 acres, it's conjoined. I rent the adjacent 52 acres as well, so it looks like a bigger parcel, but yes, I currently own the 52 acres.
Oh, okay, just to be clear, so the 52 acres here on this application, you own that or you rent this 52?
I own it. I own it.
So you currently own the whole thing, okay.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay.
Any other questions from council? Okay, well, that brings us to the end of our agenda today. I want to thank everyone for attending this meeting and let you know that council will be considering a bylaw at a future council meeting with regards to this property. And I declare this public meeting closed. Thank you very much. Have a good rest of the evening.
Thank you. You too. It's always funny watching everybody try and get away from the meeting.
Is it Matt Wood?